Welcome to Prayag, a confluence of ideas. We would now like
Children of class 10 shared with us their dreams for the future, their hopes, their worries for their future, the expectations that they have from themselves. Had a session on the 6 thinking hacks, which we felt was very crucial at that time to help each of us look at decision making. One of the TED Talks that really impacted us, all of us, the children and adults, was The Danger of a Single Story by Chimamanda Adichie. We could see that children were charged, and we realized that this was what we have been looking for all this while.
This entire process made us question the narratives what we held dear to us. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಇತಿಹಾಸ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬೇರಿನಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಸಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವೇ ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡ, ನಾವೇ ನೇಯ್ದ ಜೇಡರ ಬಲೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೃಷ್ಟಿ ಹಾಗೂ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ನಡುವಿನ ತೊಳಲಾಟ, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಾರಿನ ಸುಗಮ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಯ್ತು.
Just a few months back, I was at home on the couch, a place I'm often found in, and my mother came in and asked me what subjects I want to opt for in 11th and 12th. I barely know what subjects I'm studying in 10th. How am I supposed to answer this question on what I want to study in 11th and 12th? But her asking me this question propelled me on a journey to self-discovery. Content is important, information is important. But is schooling only about that? There is a story in the Upanishads where Nachiketa questions Yama, the god of death himself, on what happens to man after life. And their dialogue forms the subject matter of one of the Upanishads called the Katha Upanishad. Contrast that to today's times. Imagine Nachiketa had to take a board exam of today, but he had to use exact keywords. I am sure he will flunk the exams. One of the most dangerous things for a society is the inability to question. Take a curious child, put her through 15 years of schooling, comes out a robotic young adult who knows how to conform beautifully. To conclude, as students, it's both our right and duty to take charge of our education. How do we do that? By asking adults, both teachers and parents, questions. Tough questions. In the words of Thomas Berger, the art and science of asking questions is the source of all knowledge. Let us learn this art and science in our homes and schools. Thank you.
In my opinion, schooling should give each one of us opportunities to think. Think out aloud or think in silence, to think in groups or think in solitude, think for knowledge or think for wisdom, think to earn a living, think for the part or think for the whole. My question to my fellow students is, do we get to do that at school? My question to the adults in the group is, why not? I shall try to answer the why not bit for you. The system we have designed presently is made solely for 2 purposes. 1, imparting knowledge and collecting information. 2, killing the curiosity and making a student simply a cog in the wheel of a big corporate. William Shakespeare has once said in his Merchant of Venice, I can easier teach 20 what good were to be done than be one of the 20 to follow mine own teaching. Every child is molded at school till they are of the perfect consistency, with the right amount of sincerity, dedication, and crisp mannerisms, and then sent off in search of jobs. I would like to end with a quote by Margaret Mead: children should be taught how to think, not what to think.
An interesting bit of data for you. Farmers constitute about 52% of India's labor force, and that, being a part of the unorganized sector, is not supported by the organized sector. Being a part of a more privileged society, I urge each one of us here to look at schools as a space where each one of us enhance our learning experience beyond the exams, where we learn to decolonize our mind from the carrots dangled in front of us. Education is meant to help us cross safely through this river of life, and for this we would need a ledge, knowledge.
To me, what was really amazing was the authentic expression of each one of them and how each one of them spoke in their voice or what mattered to them or what stood out for them. So thank you all.
For me, I think one of the things we do, we have this thing called Shramdan. In Shramdan, we either work in the canteen or we go for gardening.
It's very easy for us Prakyans to maybe connect with nature, to live in a natural environment.
Staying grounded, which in the literal sense we are pretty grounded. Everyone is sitting on the floor, nobody really minds, and walking around barefoot, not really caring about it, climbing on trees, connected to the earth as much as possible.
So we also have circle times, which is basically a discussion with the teachers and the students, and if there are any problems, we find solutions to it.
For example, nature walks. Over there, it's like we take a break from our everyday studying routine and we just go in silence and we connect with nature. So, yeah. And we also have the music assembly where primary, middle school and high school come together and to the auditorium here and we sing together.
But here I don't see any, nobody follows the norms that have been set by so many generations. Everything is different. Every time I come here, I'm surprised. Thank you teachers, thank you students, we had a wonderful time. I'm really glad to be a part of Prakriya and I'm happy that my kids are studying. Thank you so much.